Jennifer Marino, owner and artistic director of Jemeena Bellydance. So you are a bona fide belly dancer that I am sitting next to now.
Yes, I am.
I'm excited.
100%.
Tell me about belly dance. Is there a big belly dance community? I guess big belly didn't sound good together, but is there a belly dance presence in Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh actually has a huge belly dance scene. Once you kind of scratch the surface and find one event or one instructor, then you start to see events unfolding almost weekly, definitely monthly, but it's a huge scene in Pittsburgh.
Is it an art?
It is absolutely an art, and the people that practice it work very, very hard at their art. They spend a lot of hours training, a lot of hours in the studio, and a lot of hours educating themselves on it.
It seems like it would be a good workout.
It's a great workout, and it's a workout that's actually fun. So you're in a class, you're learning these things that are not easy to learn, and when you start to do them, you're having so much fun and kind of giggling and laughing with the other people in class. But your body is actually working very, very hard.
What brought you to the art of belly dance in the first place?
Well, I grew up with a mother who was a dance instructor. She actually owned a dance studio, so dance was very big part of my life. Belly dance I had only experienced by going to the Pittsburgh Arts Festival, probably about 18 years ago, and saw a group perform, and they were called Gawazi, and they were a large group of dancers and drummers, and when I watched them and the expressions and happiness on their face, I was completely mesmerized, and I said, I need to learn how to do that.
And I mean, it's called belly dance because I guess it utilizes mainly the lower torso portion of the body, correct?
It utilizes the torso more than just about every other form of dance. Most traditional dance forms are a lot about extensions of the limbs of the body, whereas belly dance does take it down into the core. But that's not the only place. We use our whole body.
Well, we have some of our contributors here today that we might exercise on that a little later.
A challenge.
Yes.
Okay.
But are there misconceptions out there about belly dance?
There are. There are tons of misconceptions about everything, but there are some misconceptions about belly dance, and probably the most prominent is that women do belly dance to, entice or excite or titillate men, and that is not true. Historically, it's a social dance that women kind of get together and do in private quarters or at parties, kind of like if you went out to a club dancing with your friend, you would dance in a group of women and just everyone kind of get down, show off their movements.
I had always maybe just assumed that it had its roots in Indian culture, but that's not true. There's actually many forms of belly dance from all around the world.
It's true. Much like anything, food, art, culture, dance form changes as it moves around the earth and as different groups move into those populations where it was indigenous. And so what happens is the cultures blend and it makes a new form. Belly dance is certainly prominent in the Middle East, Egypt, Syria, Lebanon. It is also, there's a presence in the Mediterranean too, so you see Greek belly dancers. You also see it in Eastern Europe. So the Romani people actually have their own form of dance, and it's very beautiful. There's Turkish dance, and even in the United States, belly dance has come here and transformed into kind of a native, local, indigenous form called American tribal style. So there are all these different forms of it. It's really amazing.
So what would you say to somebody who was maybe considering belly dance classes, but maybe was just a little, on the fence, a little inhibited?
Yeah, I would say bring a friend, because it's easier to do it with a buddy. I started dancing, belly dancing with a buddy, and I think it's easier to do it in twos. I would also say put all of those preconceived notions that you have about belly dancing away, because chances are a lot of them are not valid. So put them away, and then just get in there and be yourself and be fearless. My approach for teaching is that it's a very personal path, right? It's not anything that you have to achieve at any certain time. It's a path. And sometimes your body is super ready and limber and ready to go, and you've been dancing for 10 years. Sometimes you're a brand new beginner and maybe, you've never done any dance. So it's deeply unique, it's deeply personal, and you just have to really allow yourself the time to breathe and learn the form.
So, I imagine that some degree of self-confidence must go along with this in order to kind of put your belly out there. You know?
Well, you don't actually need to show your belly.
Oh, okay.
Right. So, in my classes, I say bare bellies are optional because I feel like the need to show your belly can sometimes put some women off, and even some men off in our culture. But I would say you need a little bit of confidence to walk into the door, because it can be scary doing something new. For me, it really took me about 6 or 7 years to get the confidence to walk into the door because I thought belly dancers, they all had to be supermodel perfect, and I was going to get there and they were going to look at me and say, oh, you're not really belly dance quality. But that's not what it is at all. When I got there, I found a group of accepting, beautiful, remarkable people who were there to really support me, and it made it amazing.
So, technically, anybody can belly dance.
Technically, anybody can learn to belly dance.
Really?
Really. So we're going to do a hip bump today.
Oh,
This is a Martini hip bump for you. When this hand comes up, this hand goes out, right, and this hand in front is going to come up, down, right. So today we're going to learn a shimmy, a hip shimmy, and a hip shimmy. We're going to get a nice little bend in our knees today. We're going to tuck our pelvis. Yes, you got it. Welcome to your first belly dance class. Today we're going to learn a belly roll. I say the best for you. So we're going to let our weight shift back and forth. So one foot out in front, back, second, right? And when we do this, the chest is going to come forward and pull back. Forward and pull back. Right. And then you're going to let the belly roll. One way down, down, and back up. Up and down. Right? You can hear the point. Good. We're going to do it in very nice.
You're getting more jingle now.
Well, you know what? You know what I do? I squeeze the glutes on the way down.
Oh, thank you for that tip.
There you go. That's okay. And so that means you're doing it right. We're going to do the shoulder. Now you have to go in. Good.
I used to do this back in the course line.
Did you do
In the
this
1930s, yeah.
Did you do it with a level change?
Yeah.
Give a pose for the moment. So, bump. Get your audience. Are you ready for your close-up?
Yeah, moving. Can you get like serious abs from
You can
this?
get serious abs
Yeah.
from this, yes.
Oh.
You have to do it a couple times a week. You can't do it once a week.
No.
Get those abs, but you can get some serious abs.
Well, between martinis, maybe I'll.
Well, between martinis, for sure. So, you've gone to a Greek restaurant and seen a belly dance.
I haven't, but man, if there is one,
Okay. Well, we're gonna have to get you there.
yeah. It's kind of jingly.
It's very jingly. Some of it is. And there's a lot of, paillettes or jingly coins, lots of bling on.
Yeah, bling bling.
Bling, bling. We love the bling.
We love the bling.
So if you were to go to Egypt and dance in a house party with people, they wouldn't be wearing this shiny blingy costume. They would just be wearing their day-to-day clothes, maybe a long robe with a scarf.
I will remember that the next time I am at an Egyptian house party. You just never know.
Don't wear your bling.
Right,
Okay.
right. Mental note.
Yeah.